Yonder spoilers Friday that has always had a complex and tense storyline, but recent events have pushed things over the edge. Sharon Newman, a woman who has been haunted by ghosts from her past, is now caught up in a web of tragedy and intrigue that she can barely control. It all starts when her medication is tainted by a shady scheme, and things get worse from there. Jordan, intent on manipulating and hurting Sharon, makes sure her medication is contaminated with PCP, a powerful hallucinogen. However, this action is not without the supervision of Ian Ward. When Nick Newman, who was once Sharon's greatest love, decides to test the drug to investigate, Ian explodes with anger. He is not happy with the way Jordan handled things. Jordan's carelessness makes Ian question whether their plan can remain secret. The conflict between the two manipulators begins to become fierce. Phyllis, a character who has often caused trouble in the story, has become out of control. Her crazy actions in the murder case raise questions. Was she drugged like Sharon? If Jordan and Ian really did it, what was their intention? Was it just personal revenge, or part of a larger plan to control and manipulate the whole story? Phyllis, in her unstable state, adds dramatic highlights to the case. She is caught at Heather's crime scene and even fights with Sharon on several occasions. This only makes Sharon's situation more complicated, as suspicion begins to fall on her. Chance Chancellor, a talented but indecisive detective. Chance Chancellor, a seasoned detective, should be the one holding the key to all the mysteries. However, he is indecisive in investigating Heather's death. Although Sharon was arrested for breaking into Phyllis' hotel room, Chance never really questioned her thoroughly. Even when Sharon lied to him about Heather's murder, he didn't follow through on those lies. Chance's mistakes not only delayed the investigation, but also gave Ian and Jordan more opportunities to cover their tracks. This lack of decisiveness eroded the trust many in the city had in him. Nick, out of his instinct to protect Sharon, discovered a crucial clue. When he found Sharon's old pills in the trash, he decided to have Chance test them. The results revealed that Sharon's pills were contaminated with PCP, opening a major twist in the story. Michael Baldwin, to whom Chance shared the results, broke the news to Sharon and her loved ones. This information not only vindicates Sharon, but also makes everyone wonder, who is behind this, and what is his true purpose? Sharon Newman, Memory, Hypnosis, and Truth. Sharon, in an effort to free herself from the cycle of guilt and doubt, seeks out Alan, a psychiatrist famous for his hypnosis techniques. Alan begins to put Sharon into a trance to tap into buried memories. During a hypnosis session, Sharon is asked about Phyllis' accident. Although many people expect Alan to focus on Heather's murder, he chooses to take a slow approach. Alan understands that if Sharon panics too much during hypnosis, her memory may be completely blocked. Therefore, he plans to continue hypnosis sessions in the future, hoping that they will lead to more important clues. Ian Ward, Intrigue and Disaster. While Sharon tries to find the truth, Ian continues his plot. He overhears a conversation between Mariah, Tessa Porter, and Claire Grace Newman. They mention that Sharon's medication has been contaminated, but it's unclear how, by whom, or for what reason. This information puts Ian at greater risk than ever. Ian immediately returns to the hotel room to confront Jordan. In a fit of rage, he accuses Jordan of bungling the plan. Tensions between the two escalate, and this could be the beginning of a dangerous rift between the two allies. Conclusion: who will win the War of Shadows? These events have created a complex web of intrigue, secrets, and conflict. Sharon Newman is caught between truth and lies, while Ian and Jordan are increasingly pushed into corners by their own mistakes. Nick Newman, with his determination and trust in Sharon, may be the key to solving everything. But will justice prevail, or will darkness continue to rule Genoa City? Everything is still a big question mark, and the audience will definitely not be able to take their eyes off each next episode of The Young and the Restless. Phyllis Summers, one of the most colorful characters on The Young and the Restless, has always been known for her extreme reactions and intense emotions. However, in recent events, it seems that even those who know her best have difficulty recognizing her. Her outbursts in the Sharon Newman case and Heather's accident have raised a big question: what is really going on with Phyllis? Is she just overcome with emotion, or is there a deeper plot against her? Phyllis Summers, a woman of intense emotions. Phyllis is dealing with the pain of loss when Heather, someone close to her, dies in a horrific accident. This event should have focused Phyllis on finding true justice for Heather. Instead, she chose to make Sharon Newman the target of her rage. Although Sharon admitted some responsibility for the incident, it was not enough to calm Phyllis's anger. She not only wanted Sharon to pay, but she seemed to want to make Sharon a scapegoat for all of her pain and loss. This begs the question, is this simply Phyllis's way of dealing with her grief, or is there something else influencing her behavior? Actions that crossed the line. Phyllis had always been a fierce and explosive person, but her recent behavior was beyond anything anyone had ever seen. She yelled, criticized, and interfered in everything that had to do with Sharon. It was as if every time she saw Sharon, Phyllis was so agitated that she lost control. This led many to wonder if something was causing her to become so abnormal. One theory is that Sharon was not the only person in Genoa City who had been drugged. With Ian Ward and Jordan both on the scene, two men known for their dangerous schemes, it's not far-fetched that Phyllis is under the influence of the same drug as Sharon. The connection between Phyllis and Sharon. Phyllis and Sharon have long had a complicated relationship. They are both enemies and two women caught up in events involving other important figures in the city. However, what's going on between them now is more than just a personal rivalry. It's escalated into an emotional battle, where Phyllis seems obsessed with making Sharon suffer. The strange thing is, Phyllis knows Sharon wasn't the one who pushed Heather off the road. That makes her actions all the more puzzling. Why isn't she focused on finding out who's really responsible? Why is she spending so much time and energy on punishing Sharon instead of working towards justice? Ian Ward and Jordan, the shadow manipulators. Ian Ward and Jordan have proven themselves to be dangerous enemies, willing to do anything to achieve their goals. They have poisoned Sharon with drugs, leaving her unstable and vulnerable to manipulation. But will they stop there? Considering Phyllis's erratic behavior, it is impossible not to think that she is also a victim of Ian and Jordan's game. If they can manipulate Sharon, why not do the same to Phyllis? By impairing her mind and behavior, they can easily create chaos and divert suspicion away from themselves. Sharon Newman, victim or villain? While Phyllis is consumed with rage, Sharon is struggling to understand what is happening. When she discovers that her drugs are contaminated with PCP, she realizes that perhaps she is not the one responsible for the actions she has confessed to. This gives Sharon hope, but also raises more questions. Who is behind this? And why are they targeting her? Phyllis' actions only complicate the situation for Sharon. Instead of helping to bring the truth to light, Phyllis is making things worse. But what happens when they both realize that they may be being manipulated by the same invisible hand? Phyllis Summers, for all her fierceness and extremes, is at the center of major conflicts in Genoa City. Her erratic behavior not only surprises everyone around her, but also complicates an already complicated story. Whether she is a victim or an aggressor, she is caught in a dangerous spiral of emotions and intrigue. Viewers of The Young and the Restless will continue to watch to find out, can Phyllis regain control, or will she continue to be drawn into the darkness of conspiracies she doesn't even realize she has?